Joe was a colossus, lovely man, the gentle giant. I mean, he was so strong, great motivator, Joe. You just sit and you could talk to Joe for hours, as we did, you know, on tours. We spent half our lives on buses, and Joe, very, very intelligent guy, even outside football. He could talk about many things.
When he came along, it added something to the city. I mean, we had star players, we had household names. I think it's just a pity that to go with those players, we didn't have the money to actually go out and buy a few younger players with younger legs, just to give us a bit more buzz, maybe.
What was your thoughts going into that second season?
I always thought it was going to be a struggle. There were a lot of good sides about then. I mean, it's a difficult league. And Bristol City didn't really have the cash reserves of some of the other sides in that league, so we weren't going to be splashing out money left, right and centre.
I remember that when Alan Dick started to buy some of these more experienced players there at the time, it was a very good move, we felt at the time, because we had a lot of good players there at the club, and by bringing in Norman and Joe and Peter and Terry, it added a lot of experience there.
I think we were a good enough team to be at least, you know, middle of the table sort of team every year. What went wrong? That's a tough one.
I don't know, I've been thinking about that for 20 years, and I've never really come up with a definite answer, but I think a lot of the blame would lie with the directors at the time. I think that there was an obvious need for an injection of cash, very similar to their problems today.
3 more seasons followed in the First Division, the best in 1978-79, when the club finished 13th. But all good things come to an end, and the club began their steady descent down the leagues with relegation from the First Division in 1980. Sentiment and football have never been the greatest of bedfellows, and just 5 games into the new campaign, Alan Dick's 13-year association with the club came to an abrupt end.
They had 4 years, and let's not forget that. They didn't go up and down like some teams do. They went up and stayed up for 4 years and had 4 wonderful years here. The Bristol public had 4 great years of First Division football, and all the media people like me enjoy that enormously.
I don't think I really gave Alan Dix enough credit for what he was doing for Bristol City. I mean, at the time, it's all ongoing. But I think he did a great job. I mean, I think the way he ran the club and got the best out of what was not necessarily a fantastic squad, but managed to cajole us into some very good performances.
He stuck with his faithful lads. Maybe it cost in the end.
With the 5 games in the 80 season, they got impatient, and I left after the 5th game of the season.
Could it happen again at Bristol City, or indeed in Bristol at all?
Definitely. It's down to a bit of application. It's about some want. It's about playing with heart and passion, and it's about getting close to the fans.
I mean, I come from Birmingham, which is a fanatical city for football. I wouldn't say Bristol was a fanatical city for football.
Once you start producing, like, a side that's capable of getting there and winning matches and challenging for promotion, you'll get your 15,000, 20,000 back in the I'm sure you will.
You just got to tap that great resource of human enthusiasm there is within Bristol and within 50 miles of Bristol.
It's a very difficult task, I think, to keep some of these better players at home. But I think it has to be done. You just cannot go on bring these players through the ranks and selling them for a lot of money. I don't think if you're going to be a success, you can't do that.
If somebody can actually come along and generate some momentum, as we did in the 70s, then Bristol City will, without a question of a doubt, be great. And I would love to be a part of it.
Well, there's a new regime at Ashton Gate, young, who want to do the job. Scott Davidson and John Laker, they want to do it. Joe Jordan's had a lot of experience as a manager and is beginning to get some local lads in that team.
And so the wheel turns. 20 years on, one of the youngsters who cheered Clive Whitehead's historic strike is now shaping the club's future. For Scott Davidson, the way forward lies in the past. How much of a debt do you really owe to that team, do you think?
I was hooked. I mean, it changed my life. That following that team and seeing the success into the First Division changed my life forever. I was actually in the crowd the day we went bottom of the Fourth Division, so I can remember all of that.
That's for Gillies. A good nod down. And it's there!
We've had a bad couple of seasons, the last 2 or 3 years, but I think we're now on our way back. I really do want to see that feeling of a club and the passion come back. One of the plans we want to kick off with next season is a Legends Bar, and probably an extension of the Legends Bar, Legends Restaurant up here in the Williams stand. I've already spoken to Paul Cheesley and Jeff Merrick, and they're going to organise the ex-players, not only just of that era, but all ex-players are very welcome to come along and be hosts to the fans of Bristol City, and I think it'll go down very, very well.
And finds Tinian on the burst. Tinian first time, great shift, great goal. 2-0 for Bristol City, and didn't Brian Tinian enjoy that?
One question we've asked, I think, all the players, and perhaps you're the most pertinent person to ask this question, is can it happen again?
Let's wait and see.
So 20 years to the day, the class of 76 returned to their old stamping ground. One last chance to grace the turf which they served with such distinction all those years ago.
Goalkeeper Ray Cassie.
And I'd gone up through from 7 years old. Probably when I came out of the Arsenal, I was, I don't know, 25, 26. And to actually be captain of my team in the First Division on a sunny day at the Arsenal, marvellous, magic.
Everybody now!